Oh. But what's up YouTube, Saf here on SuperSaf TV, and in this video we're going to be looking at reasons to buy the new iPhone 10. But you just made a video about reasons not to buy the iPhone 10. You're such a hypocrite, Saf, we hate you. 2. Yes, I know, I did make a video about reasons not to buy the iPhone 10, but in that video I did say that the iPhone 10 is not all bad. There's lots of good about the iPhone 10 too, and that's what we'll be looking at in this video, and then you can take away the positives and negatives from these videos and make an informed decision yourself about whether to buy or not. Okay?
Hi.
Okay. Okay, so now that that's out the way, let's get straight to the reasons. My first reason that you might want to buy the iPhone 10 is the new design. This is the biggest design update that we've had on the iPhone for a long time. If you look at the 6, the 6S, the 7 and even the 8, they look very similar with just some minor incremental updates in terms of the design. And we've still got the same large bezels on the front, top and bottom. With the iPhone 10, we've got a fresh new design, which I really do like.
I can't help it. It's so beautiful.
And even if you're not a huge fan of the new design, one thing you can't deny is that having those smaller bezels is really great. And it allows us to have a bigger screen in a smaller body, and we all like big screens, don't we?
I like big and I cannot lie.
And some of us also like big butts, but yes, we all like big screens. And if you put it into context, if we compare the iPhone 10 to the iPhone 8, for example, then you are getting a larger display on not much of a larger body. And if we compare it to the iPhone 8 Plus, then you're actually getting a larger display in a much smaller body. And that brings me on to my second point, which is the display itself. We now have an OLED display, which is much better than the LCD displays that we've had in the past on the iPhones. And just to put that into context once again, the iPhone 8 has a contrast ratio of 1400 to 1. The iPhone 10 has a contrast ratio of 1 million to 1. So that should just go to show how much better the iPhone 10 display is. And in addition to that, it also supports HDR and it has a much higher pixel density, 458 versus 326 that we've got on the iPhone 8. This just means that you're going to get much better detail and a much sharper content on the iPhone 10 compared to the other iPhones. And I know what a lot of you guys are going to be saying. These are not new things. We've seen these on other devices. But my next point, this is something that we've not seen on other devices, and that is 4K at 60 frames a second, and also 1080p at 240 frames a second. So now you can film things like this on your iPhone. I absolutely love that clip. Now, in terms of these frame rates, you don't even get these on some professional cameras which cost thousands and thousands of dollars. So it's great to see that Apple have managed to include this in something that fits into your pocket in this size. And that to me is really impressive. And regardless of if you're an Apple hater or if you're an Android fan, you simply can't deny that this is a great thing to bring onto a smartphone. And hopefully we'll start seeing more of this on other smartphones going forward. Now, a reason why the iPhone 10 can achieve these high frame rates for video is thanks to the Apple A11 Bionic Chip, which is super fast, like wow fast. Wow. Now, I've been using the iPhone 7 Plus for about a year now, and it's still one of the fastest devices out there. That has the Apple A10 Fusion chip. With the A11, you're just going to get even better performance and long-lasting performance as well. This is largely thanks to the optimization that Apple offers with the software and the hardware. And you can be confident that the iPhone 10 is going to be one of the fastest devices out there. We've already seen some leaked benchmark scores, and it really does perform much better than lots of the other competition out there. Now, moving on to my next point, which is related to the A11 Bionic Chip, and that is augmented reality. Apple is really pushing on augmented reality, and some of the applications we've seen in demos look really, really promising. Now, yes, this is not the first time a smartphone manufacturer has implemented augmented reality. It's been around for a long time, but what you have to remember is because of how big Apple is and because of the ecosystem, which is so huge, especially on the app side, this is going to really have a push on augmented reality in terms of how widely it's available and how widely it's adopted. This is something that we are going to have thanks to the iPhone 10. And going forward, you're going to have lots of AR content on the iPhone 10, lots of which you may not have had on other devices. And let's move on to my next point, and that is Face ID. This is going to be great for everybody, not just Nick Cage.
I'd like to take his face off.
Now, we've had lots of implementations of facial recognition on smartphones before, but most of them have not been very secure and can be fooled by pictures and things like that. This is not the case with Face ID on the iPhone 10. It's supposed to be very, very secure. And also, in addition to just the unlock, it's about the additional features that you'll have with Face ID. Some of the implementations that we've seen on the iPhone 10 are things like blurring the background from the front-facing camera, as well as having studio lighting from the front-facing camera. And that is thanks to the additional sensors that you have on the front-facing camera. And some of you guys might also be interested in animojis, where you can track your face and turn yourself into a dog, because apparently that's something that a lot of people like to do these days. But anyway, moving on, some of you guys may not agree with my next point because it has been on the other iPhones, the iPhone 7s and the iPhone 8s. But that is stereo speakers. The reason why I'm including this point is I actually was pleasantly surprised when Apple said that they're going to have stereo speakers on the iPhone 10, and that is because of the near bezel-less design. Previous devices that have a near bezel-less design don't have space for a speaker at the front, so we just have a single bottom-facing speaker, which, let's be honest, isn't great. Having stereo speakers on a device is a big plus for a lot of people, and it's great that Apple have managed to implement this on the iPhone 10 despite those minimal bezels. So guys, those are my reasons why you might want to buy the iPhone 10. As mentioned, it is not all good, and there's lots of reasons why you might not want to buy the iPhone 10, and I've covered those in my previous video. That's going to be linked in the cards as well as in the description, so definitely do go ahead and check that out. What do you think of the iPhone 10? Do you agree with my points? Do you disagree with my points? Are you going to buy one? Are you not going to buy one? Definitely drop me a comment below and let me know. It'd be great to hear your thoughts as well. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then please do hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out. And if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe and switch on notifications. We'll have lots more content, iPhone and non-iPhone, coming up here on the channel. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV. I'll see you next time.